Who's the next character that you want to do? Because obviously, Jack. We could do Jack. We could do
Paul.
Paul. Oh yeah. You know why this one's good is because with this character, yeah, I've started to play him, and I need you to teach me because, like, I understand him, but I don't understand him.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't really understand him. So
He's weird, man. He's really misunderstood, in my opinion.
He's such a hard character to kind of like understand. I'll go with the stage because
it's funny you say that because I mean his reputation that you'll encounter a lot like in the community is that he's like so easy, simple, like high damage mix-ups, like brain dead character. It's like the total opposite.
Yeah, he ain't. I actually this is why I play a lot of the characters so I can understand them. But this one is so hard to deal with. And the reason why I say that is because, like, he's got good tools. He's definitely got good tools. But it's just hard to... I don't know. Teach me, Joey. Right. Teach me. Let's go. So let's start off with the basics. What do you think of the character type? Like, what do you think he is? Like, do you think he's rush down, defensive? Well, I like to say wild card because wild card is basically like you just do what you want. Or can it be played as all three?
He can definitely be played as all three. Paul, he's kind of like an everything character. He doesn't do like any particular thing the best except like his damage. His damage is just stupid. But so like yeah, when you start talking about a character, like you want to talk about probably their pokes, like just basic things that they control the pace with and just get damage and try to find opportunities. His pokes, when you compare to like the S tier poking characters, they're quite awkward and like kind of mediocre. He has no 13 frame mids. So his one of his best mid pokes is like down 1. And his 14 frame startup -9 unblocked. So the range is great. And he gets like nice little frame advantage on hit, but this isn't like a wow, this move is incredible type of poke. To me, it's almost like it's like an outdated poke. Like if you watch this move function in like Tekken 4, you're like, oh shit, like that's a good poke. But now, like flash forward almost 20 years, it's not like amazing. So I find like with his pokes, like a lot of them are like that. They're like outdated, archaic pokes, like down back 3, -3 on hit, launch punishable on block, -17.
Crazy.
And like you're using like generic lows like this. You're using his 1-2, just like super janky, like old school 1-2. That's kind of some of the appeal to the character for me, is that you're using like
old school Tekken
just these like Tekken 3 looking pokes. Like they're not that good, but when they're hitting and like it
feels good.
You're just outplaying the opponent and like getting them to work, like it feels so good.
Yeah. See, this is why I'm happy that you said this, because when I was playing him, I was generally thinking, like, what everyone was saying about him, like, yeah, he's so OP, he's ridiculously good, yeah, he's got all of that stuff, but it's like, when I play the character, like, it feels like his mids are missing, like, this, I feel like I'm always constantly having to do either, the quarter circle back 4, or I'm doing a low, or I'm doing just highs or highs or lows, and it feels like his mids are just like, they're just so weird. They're not, apart from down 1+2, but down 1+2 is not really a good move to just throw out. Do you know what I mean? So it's so hard.
Yeah. Paul, it can start to get very difficult against players who have exceptional defense.
Yeah.
Players that are just resisting, like getting counter hit by these big like haymaker attacks, that aren't running into the down forward 2, and when you do throw out the down forward 2, they're blowing you up like whiff punish. Yeah, it can get hard to break their defense.
Yeah.
Really, one of the most crucial tools with Paul is this right here, the QCF3.
Yeah.
Amazing move, like huge range, good tracking, counter hit combo. where it starts to get sketchy is when you're fighting characters with 14 frame while standing launchers or faster. And that's where he's kind of like back to square one, where you're relying on these just sort of janky, unsafe low pokes.
Yeah. So yeah,
yeah,
let's go through the key moves. What are your key moves like for this character, man?
So to me, Paul, he kind of has to use everything, and then as you're using everything, you find out like what the most effective things are against that opponent.
Okay.
So key moves, honestly, I would say 1-2 is a key move. You got to use this a lot with Paul. QCF3, absolutely. Like at pretty much any range, like up close, range 0 because the tracking's good. When you're out at range, this move is amazing.
Oh,
so forward 1+2, I think, is a key move.
Nice.
Big range, it's got the +3. They reduce the pushback now. It's got counter hit knockdown. If you can get in close, I think this move works extremely well in conjunction with sidestep 3. So like sidestep, delayed 3, sidestep, hammer of the gods. Just because this move has such good range. If you want to see somebody use this move like amazingly well, watch Justice. He'll show you that this is like definitely a key move.
Okay, cool.
I can't forget about down forward 2. This is the same. You can use it as a keep out tool. You can use it in close to just try to catch them. You can like dash at them and do it like aggressively. Like you can be so flexible with this move. Down forward 2 is amazing.
Right. What about his QCFs? Like QCFs. So like quarter circle forward, 1 quarter circle back, quarter circle forward back. No, quarter circle back move. So like, you know, he's got quarter circle forward.
Okay, so I think maybe his best mid poke, or if not best, like definitely top 3, top 5 is going to be Sway 2.
Yeah.
This move you're going to want to be using with QCF3 as like sort of your main mix-up. Just because when I play Paul, this is almost like my version of Jackhammer. Because I was, you know, initially a Jack player in Tekken 7. So like, this is the move that I'm using like to just assert like my mid mix-up. It's what, 35 damage if I hit you clean with it.
Yeah.
It hurts. If you don't hold back, I get guaranteed damage. The pushback is good enough so that if you block it, I'm not really in any danger.
Yeah. So what would you like do down forward 2 or anything after that, just in case if there's an aggressive opponent, or would you just leave it with just the quarter circle back 2?
You can leave it if you're like feeling crazy. I mean, there's all sorts of like stupid, crazy Paul strats that just work sometimes for no reason. Like, if I'm feeling wild, I might just do like this and a shredder, and like it'll just work for no reason. I would get this to hit against like Spiro a lot. Like he'd block this, and then he would want to like chuck me with a low poke, like Eddie down forward 4, and I would just like rip a shredder. Really stupid. Stupid stuff like that work. But yeah, in general, you just want to chill after this. It's -8.
What about his what is it? Quarter circle back 1, quarter circle back 3 2
3-2-1 and 3-2-3.
Yeah, 3-2-3. Doesn't he have a low one as well?
They took that out.
Oh,
He used to have a low. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. So it's a high mid mix up now. It used to be low high, which was kind of garbage, but now we got high mid, so that's pretty good.
No, but we had the one where he kicks your foot. Where's that one?
Yeah, that's gone. It's gone, man. It's gone.
So there's no reason. There's no reason. There's no reason to really duck, then, is it? Really, apart from the higher.
No, you should just chill. But people, they don't want to chill. People don't want to chill. They want to because just the 2 hits is punishable. So they want to get you.
Oh, so if I just do this, is that punishable by itself? Oh, -10.
Yeah, I can jab punish it.
I'm not trying to jab punish that. This got a big reward for the other one.
Right.
Damn.
So finish. Do quarter circle back 3-2-3.
Okay. See?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to.
Trades and you get full launch.
I'm not trying to do that at all. What?
So what you can do is, as a Paul player, is play the mind game if you want to. Like if I know that they shouldn't be swinging, then I might just rip this all day, you know. And then they're like, this guy's crazy. Like he keeps doing the high.
Yeah.
And then it's just like silly mind games. I'm not really sure if it's in Paul's favor or not to be messing around with this stuff, but it's there if you want to do it.
Damn. You know, all right, fair enough. And then like, what about this move as well? Back 2-1. Like, you don't mess around with this move much?
I'm not a fan of it. I don't really mess around with it. There's a lot of stuff that's just sort of about like momentum and preference with Paul. Like people will mess with like all sorts of like cancel shenanigans with this stuff. And like I'll do it sometimes, I guess, but it's not great. It all depends on the opponent if you're gonna be going for some craziness like that.
All right. Fair enough.
But yeah, like I was saying, like he's kind of an everything character in that you need to be flexible enough to use everything. So like I was saying, his pokes are not amazing, but if you have the right rhythm, you can get them to work. His throw game is very strong.
Yeah, let's get into that throw game. That's the next one. Let me know what's going on with throw game, because I only know of the forward 1+2 is what I use. I use back 1-4 when I'm at the wall. And I use down forward 1+2 when I want to break the floor. But sometimes I just use it for momentum and then do sidestep 3.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about down forward 1+2 to start.
Yep.
Twist and shout. So it's good to just be throwing it out all day. The Oki is really interesting. My buddy Rami taught me about this. So if I get you a twist and shout, and I do sidestep 3 right away, the only way you can stop it is by getting up and ducking. Like a lot of people like to do get up kicks.
Yeah, so I'll do get up kick now. Oh, well, it's probably latency.
So
I know.
Because of the latency.
Yeah,
but
I know.
If
Yeah, there we go.
it'll beat all get up kicks.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one I do all the sidestep 3 all the time.
It's dirty. So you do that until people want to start ducking. And then you have a few different options of like how hard you want to blow them up if they're ducking like that.
Yeah.
So one thing simple I'll
duck.
is just I do the sidestep to fake it and then like sway 2. But you can go for like bigger stuff. You could do like that. You could sidestep death fist I guess if you wanted to. But there's more to this Oki than just doing sidestep 3 versus sidestep mid. If you get them like low on life, this is gonna be hard to do with the latency. But there's actually like little tick damage you can add on if they try to move at all. So down forward 1+2 into just standing 3. If you move at all, it's gonna hit you while you're trying to get up. And that can be super crucial, like in those round-ending situations where they just have like a little bit of life left, and they try to get up to like defend your mix-up.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's working. It's where it works, but it's just the latency.
You can also do it with down back 4, but standing 3 does a little bit more damage.
Okay.
So there's like 2 options there. You can either just try to tack on a little damage when they move, or you can do the sidestep 3 versus the sidestep mid mix-up. And the other thing is if they stay down, the sidestep 3 will just hit them. So like the Oki is just really strong after that throw. It's super good. Nice.
So what about like down back 2 grounded? Can you do down back 2 grounded from that throw? No?
That should work. It should work. If you stay down, that is.
Okay, if I stay down, alright, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. And then if they do a get up kick, that'll be a launcher also. So you can go for that if you want.
Okay.
There's plenty of freedom with the Oki there, and it's all really good.
Nice. What about his other throws?
Yeah, just do them all day. 2+4 back. This is like so good because you can just like run up on them so quick and just go for a 40 damage throw. And the nice thing is if you break the throws, he doesn't lose that much advantage. I think the 2+4 command grab and 1+4 command grabs are like -2 if they get broken. So sometimes I'll just like keep attacking. I'll keep attacking after they get broken.
And what about the back 1+4? Do you think that one's good?
Yeah. I mean, just because back 1+4 4 is 11 frame startup, so it's a very fast throw. Like you said, if your back's against the wall, it does extra damage. Just having all 3 of these command grabs on just single inputs, like, you know, just 2+4 back, and you got a command grab. Back 1+4, down 4 1+2. There's no, like, you know, QCFs or like double inputs on the directional pad. It's just like boom, throw right away. It's just like judo character, dude. Just grip them. So yeah, controlling the pace with his command grabs is very good, using all of them. And then along with that, I am a very, very strong believer in ultimate tackle. I believe in this so much.
The damage.
For a few reasons. A lot of people, you put them on the ground and they just don't break one. They just eat it. I don't know why, they just eat it all day. So, you know, I kind of take like a Marduk approach and I just tackle a lot. The Oki after this is also very good. If they stay down, you can just tag them with a low. If they stand up, 3-2 sway 1+2 in the back.
Alright, do it to me. Let me try to get out.
That's pretty much round over. I'm probably not going to be able to do it with the latency.
Yeah, we'll try. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, and that's with 1+2, and then that's round over at that point. So they have to stay down and take a bit more damage unless they're feeling crazy.
Alright, listen, I'm playing Paul
That's
today.
dirty, man. That's dirty. I've wiped out people's entire life bar. Just round start, ultimate punishment, 3-2, blow their back out, dead.
So what's the other throw that he has, which is he punches you in the gut? So I think it's a just for him, the death fist.
Oh, yeah, that's called Congo Blast. Well, hold on. One other thing I want to talk about with why I liked Ultimate Tackle so much. You know, if the opponent's smart, they're going to be breaking 1 because they don't want to eat all that damage, which opens up, you know, just free left arm punches or the armbar. The other thing is, a lot of really good players are probably going to reverse your tackle, but there's something really interesting with Paul. He has a unique, what is it? He has a unique right punch reversal when he's been tackled. The input for that is 1-1-2, and you've probably seen it where like Paul is on the ground and the opponent is doing ultimate punches, and then he flips him around and like snaps him. No,
I ain't see that.
So tackle me and do 2 punches. Or wait, hold on, sorry. I'm trying to think. Do I reverse? Yeah. Punch me with 2.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, Dragunov has that as well.
Yeah. So the input for that is 1-1-2, but you actually don't have to hit 1-1-2. The way the buffering system works in this game, when you're both on the ground, it's like very strange. It doesn't work normally. So if you tackle me and I just mash 1+2 repeatedly,
yeah, it works.
I will reverse all 2 punches with that animation, and I will also break the armbar via the input to reverse an armbar is 1+2 2-2-2-2. But if I just mash 1+2 the whole time, it still registers. So I actually cover 2 options just by mashing 1+2.
So is it just Paul and Dragunov that can do it? Is there any other characters do it, like King or?
I'm not sure about King. He maybe can do it. I'm not sure how this works. I'm only really familiar with Paul's.
Oh, okay.
But so he has better odds when he's on the ground than most characters because it's just a 50-50 for him. Either as Paul, you should mash 1+2, or you should mash 2. You only have to do one of those 2 because mashing 1+2 will cover all of your opponent's 2 punches, and it will cover all arm bars. So where most people have to guess a 3-way mix-up, he only has to guess 2. So that gives you even more incentive to just be tackling a lot.
Okay, cool. Nice.
And then I'll just add one more thing about the buffer system. You know, like how King, he has, when he tackles you, he can do an arm bar, like, or a leg lock.
Yeah.
He does he tackles you and does 1+2, or he can tackle you and do 3+4.
Yeah.
So the way to reverse those, for the armbar you do 1+2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Okay.
And for the leg you do 1+2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Okay.
But like I said, if you just mash 1+2, you actually break both of them. It's really weird.
Might as well get that button binding going on and press L1 or something on your pads.
It's like an old legacy mechanic. Like the game accepts both inputs simultaneously. Yeah. I don't know why, but it's really good to know.
Nice. And with the down forward 1+3, was it 1+3? Yeah. Teach me about that one as well, man. Because is that a good throw to do, or is it not really?
So I think it's like super flashy and stylish, so I like using it for that reason. I think it's great at the wall. I don't use it enough, but because I remember before they changed it, they actually made the link easier to do. Pretty recently, I think it was a season 3 thing, or maybe a season 2.
Okay.
You used to have to get the Just Frame version to link into the Death Fist.
Okay.
But you don't need to do that anymore. There's more leniency. So I remember talking to Spiro, like, before they changed it. I'm like, is this throw worth doing? Because if you miss the link, you die. You get launched. Okay. And he's like, I think if you can do it consistently, it's worth it. And now you can do it consistently, like, without question. So if their back is against the wall, it's definitely worth it. Especially with the new combo ender. That damage hurts. That damage hurts. And I didn't get the Just Frame version there either.
I thought you had to get the Just Frame version. You don't have to.
You used to. You don't need to anymore. They changed it. They made it easier.
When did they change this?
I think it was a season 3 thing, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's season.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so this is really good when their backs against the wall. I can't hit the Just Frame because of the latency. But...
yeah, that's cool, man. Is it hard to do that?
It's really not. It's really not hard. The trick is, you want to be hitting 2 right as he impacts their gut.
Oh, do I just have to press 2, not quarter circle forward 2?
It's quarter circle forward 2.
Okay.
You do the QCF into the 2 very fast.
Yeah.
And the 2 should be pressed like right as he impacts their gut. And the faster you can do that slide into the QCF 2, the better. And just time that 2 right as he impacts them.
Yeah, you know, I'll probably have to get used to it, to be fair. Damn.
The trick is there shouldn't be like a gap where you do like quarter circle forward and then wait and then 2. It should all be like super tight together. So like right as he's about to hit them, you're like QCF 2.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get the blue spark, but yeah, it's not too demanding anymore because you don't even need spark for it to work.
Okay, cool. All right, well, let's go on to, well, it's going to be a bit hard to do combos, but let's go on to talking about secrets and tips.
Sure.
I
guess I already mentioned one with that reversal, the 1-1-2.
Yeah. I know does he still have that thing with Law where if they duck, he can do the somersault, or can he just do the somersault by himself?
Yeah, he can do it.
Oh, damn. So it doesn't matter, he doesn't have to be with anyone.
Yeah, he can do that whenever.
How do you do the somersault again? Well, how is it? Is it up for 3+4?
Just up 3+4.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
When would you use this?
So there's some. I guess we can call this a secret. It's some like cheesy stuff you can do. Say your opponent's life bar is getting pretty low, and you're kind of like in the standoff situation. You can like sneak in a key charge with Paul, like, because he doesn't have to do this whole animation. He can key charge like this. And so a lot of people know this, but I've noticed like a lot of newer players don't. If you block a key charged opponent, you take chip damage. So I remember the first time anyone did this to me was like Tekken 5 DR. Spirojin did this to me. He cheesed me out. He was playing Paul, and he charged up as I was low on life, and then he took my life bar down with the 10 string, just like that. So every one of those, I believe, does 3 damage. So that's like 15 damage in chip.
On block? Oh yeah, yeah.
You see, you're taking 3 damage every time right there. I think. Oh, wait, no, that's you got to do it to me to see how much damage it does.
Hold on.
You see the damage counter? They're all doing like 2 and 3 damage each.
Yep.
So you can cheese somebody out like that. It's
So-
kind of dirty.
So I can just say like this. And...
It's like just a really cheeky, like asshole-ish way to kill somebody, and it's so satisfying if you get it. So like, I guess that's my secret with Paul, is to be aware that you can cheese people out with key charge damage. It's risky, but it's kind of cool.
Alright, nice. Last but not least, we didn't talk about core circle back one. This move. What do you think about this move?
Let's go back one. I see Paul players like Justice use it quite effectively. I'm not honestly a huge fan of it just because it's so linear.
Yeah.
It can get walked so easily. But
I don't know. Whoa,
it all depends, I guess, on what type of player you are. I mean, obviously I can see on certain matchups myself using it. But slow tools like that, I always get a bit anxious in this game just because, like I was saying, there's a lot of like really high damage magic 4s and like nasty jab strings, where if like you're swinging with stuff that's too slow, it starts to get kind of risky.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
There's definitely a place for that move, definitely.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, thank you for teaching me, Paul. Or should I say, the Americans say Paul Phoenix. You know,
Paul. And one last thing I'll mention, because I didn't say it in the key moves, but I like have to communicate this to all Paul players. Shredder is so important with this character. If you're not using Shredder, you're probably not playing Paul. You gotta use this move.
But it's like minus 13 though.
So good, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Just the fact that it's a double hop kick and you can mix it in with other types of hop kick. You can mix in the single, you can mix in the delayed. That move is essential. It really is. In my opinion, because of the way his defensive tools work, and the way he deals with pressure, I think you need to represent this in dealing with your opponent's lows. And the reward in Season 3, like, it's just so high, it should really be worth it. Because he's got the new wall combo. Yeah, Shredder is just so good. I don't have time to go into all the reasons why, but yeah, use Shredder.
Alright, nice one. Thank you very much for teaching me, Paul Phoenix.
Paul.
Who? Stop it, son. Alright.